Hi, Mama. Happy 80th birthday. This is your daughter, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of what you have done for my life. First of all, my house on Garden Way. I would not have this house if it weren't for you, because you helped me 18 years ago now get this place, so thank you for that. And over here, behind this little cover here, is my lovely little trailer that I'm having a ball with. And if I weren't your daughter, I wouldn't be so adventurous, and I have got the camping bug from the times when we were little kids and you would take us camping and put so much energy into it. So thank you for that. It's been a love of my life. So come on, I got some more things to show you. Come on in. So, the piano. Mom, when I was a little kid, I didn't like it very much, but you gave us lessons all the time, and it's given me such a love of music and singing. I sang with June, you played the piano for us, and I'm so grateful for that. It's added so much to my life. And this is another thing that you've done for the whole family, not just me. You have kept all of our family together, all the cousins, and you and Norm, so cute, and the nieces and nephews. You have so many people in your life that you have kept together and kept a part of our big adventure. So I want to thank you so much for that. A lot of people in the family thank you for that. Now I have something to show you down here. Come on this way. A lot of people say my house is very cozy, by the way, and I tell them I get that from you. This is something else you've given me, Mom. When I was a little kid, turn the light on. When I was a little kid, you had this picture on our wall, I think it was this one right here, of the guardian angel and the little children. And it really impacted me. That was something I looked at all the time as a kiddo. And it's been many years now of me kind of getting my own relationship with God and angels, but you have given me such a love of spirit and such a trust and surrender because you've modeled that in your life, and I'm grateful for that. So, here's another thing you've added to my life, Mom. I'm in my kitchen, and I remember as a kid, you spent a lot of time in the kitchen cooking for us. Every day you had something yummy and sweet. I remember you making our own butter, our own bread. You cooked everything for us. I remember coming home from school and having hot donuts and hot cookies, and of course everything that we grew on the ranch. So my kitchen is so important to me, and I pass that on to my kids. They love to cook too, so that came from you. So thank you for that. Yours is a little bit cleaner and neater than mine, but anyway, that's okay too. You've also taught me about beauty, Mom. Every place in your house, every home we've lived in has had your beautiful touch, and it's added a lot to my life to have just that awareness of how much that can add to my experience of my life, to have that beauty around. Here's something else you've done for me. I remember as a little kid going out and picking elderberries and gooseberries and wild plums and things out of the garden and apples and making applesauce. And you taught me that love of preparing our own food and having it food put by, and it's been a very satisfying thing. I was able to pass that on to my daughter too, and she loves it too. So you've been a huge influence in not just my life, but many other people's too. Come in here. Another thing I remember you doing a lot as a kid is planning spaces and planning welcoming, homey spaces. And I was able to do that in this room when I just did this new addition. And I'm grateful that you gave me that talent. Another thing that's upstairs is my sewing machine. And I sewed from the time I was 8 years old. You taught me how to sew. And you spent hours at 4-H teaching a bunch of little girls that were all thumbs at first, about 8 years old, how to sew their own clothes. And for me, that has made such a difference in my life. I've loved it. It's given me a lot of joy. And another thing that I'm just starting to learn that you have done all my life and that Grandma did all your life was painting. And I am so, so, so happy to have Grandma's painting with me. I have your paintings in my home, and now I'm just learning to paint. So I'm really grateful that you have been so talented and passed that on to me. So one more thing I want to show you, Mom. Come on outside. Come on, cutie. As I recall, we had a lot of animals around in our house too. And I still have the same. Say hi, Bill. So, this garden of mine, I would not have if it wasn't for you. You spent hours in the garden, not just cooking our food, but having beautiful flowers around. I associate you always with iris. I wish the iris were blooming right now because I would just give you some, because I remember the big patch of iris all along our house in Bieber at the ranch. And you always bringing those beautiful flowers in and just having those be part of our world. So there's probably a whole bunch of other things that I'm not even remembering right now, Mom, but in 80 years, you have given so much to me and to so many people in our lives. And I want to thank you. I love you so much. And happy birthday, Mom.